from a very poor boy to a very successful man. Today's presentation will be done on Filippo Lippi. Filippo Lippi, also known as Lippo Lippi, was born in 1406, Florence, Italy, and passed away on October 8, 1469, in Spoleto, Italy. Lippo was very poor growing up and unfortunately lost his parents at a very young age. With the loss of his parents, he moved in with his aunt, who helped raise him and his brother. Filippo Lippi was able to witness the early Renaissance, the Italian Renaissance, and the Florentine painting. Madonna and Child. Okay, so Madonna and Child is his most famous painting, which was painted from 1460 to 1465, and it's a 95 by 62 centimeters. It's a tempera on wood, and in this painting, it shows the Virgin Mary sitting down, and she's seen in a praising position as she's gently looking down at the angels and baby Jesus. She shows a gentle expression, and we see baby Jesus showing himself wanting to be carried as he is sticking his hands up. In this painting, we have a background of the ocean and of the sea. Of the ocean and the sky. Coronation of the Virgin. Coronation of the Virgin was painted in 1441 to 1447. It's 200 by 187 centimeters, and it's a tempera on wood. In this painting, we have John the Baptist and the patron saints of Florence dominating each side of the painting. In the center, we see the Virgin Mary in a kneeling position as she is getting crowned by God. And we also see that this painting shows a lot of joy, and that joy is represented by the strong colors, which are highlighted by the white lilies. Enthroned Madonna and Child with two angels. This painting was painted in 1437, and it's 123 by 63 centimeters. It's a tempera in gold on wood, and it's highly influenced by the sculpture of Donatello. In this painting, we see the Virgin sitting down on the throne of wisdom. As we see, as she's carrying the baby, we see the baby is carrying a scroll. The scroll has a Bible verse from Ecclesiastes 24:19, which says, "Come over to me, all ye that desires me, and be filled with my fruit." The Seven Saints. In this painting was painted in 1448 through 1450. It's 68 by 151 centimeters, and it's an egg tempera on wood. This painting illustrates the dynastic theme through the male members of the family. And in this painting, we also see each male holds a halo around each one of them to show that they are holy. Annunciation. This was painted in 1448 to 1450, and it's an egg tempera on wood. It's 68 by 152 centimeters, and this painting shows a delicate use of lines, colors, and ornaments. We see the Virgin. The Virgin's veil is gently softens the covers of her neck and shoulders. As we can also tell, this seems like a meeting, because we see the angels and we see the Virgin Mary in a meeting, basically. Barbadori altarpiece. This painting was painted from 1437 to 1438, and it's a panel. It's 208 by 244 centimeters. This painting was named after the Barbadori family. It shows all aspects of arts that can be seen by the characteristics Lippo wanted to add into this painting. In this painting, he actually disregards perspective. Adoration of the Magi. This painting was painted from 1440 to 1460. It's tempera on popular panel. It's 188 by 171.5 by 13 centimeters. This painting has a lot of symbols, such as the peacock that shows a symbolism of immortality. We have Mary, who shows a symbol of pure and innocence. This shows many more delightful details. It also shows gaiety, which is a lighthearted and cheerful expression in this image. Madonna del Seppo. So Madonna del Seppo was painted in 1452 to 1453, and it's a tempera in gold on panel. It's 189 by 120 centimeters, and as we can see in this painting, it has a halo around baby Jesus, the men and the women beside the Virgin Mary sitting in the throne, and we also see an ark shown in the painting. Martelli Annunciation. This painting was painted in 1445, and it was painted on wood. It's 175 by 183 centimeters, and this painting was also painted on the Martelli Chapel. The Funeral of St. Jerome. The Funeral of St. Jerome was painted in 1460. It's a tempera on wood. It's 268 by 165 centimeters, and in this painting, we have the dead saint of Jerome, who's laid out on the bar. We have mountains, a mountain landscape, and as we see up here, we have the angels, and we can see that in this painting, we can see him kneeling as if he's ready to ascend to heaven, and we see angels going down as if they're ready to pick up his soul. Marsuppini Coronation. This painting was painted in 1444, and it's a tempera on panel. It's 172 by 251 centimeters. This has a sober and archaic style. It has 3 sections. In the center, we see the coronation of Mary as she's kneeling, and we see Jesus coronating her, and she's also kneeling at the feet of Christ, and we see a halo around each one. On the sides, we see 3 musicians and 2 angels on each side. I'm sorry, not angels, 2 standing saints. Birth of the naming Saint John. This painting was painted in 1452 to 1465. It's a fresco, and it's also a religious painting. It's a demonstration of Christianity. This is a painting from the scene from the story from the life of John the Baptist. It was painted in the choir of the Petro Cathedral. So in conclusion, Lippo was around the Renaissance, the early Renaissance, the Italian Renaissance, and the Florentine painting. His most famous painting is the Madonna and Child, and when Lippo was growing up, his parents unfortunately passed away, which led to his aunt raising him and his brother. This is my works cited. Thank you for listening.